Hello guys, this is Octavius of North American Archery. Thank you so much for tuning into our channel. Today I want to talk to you about snap shooting versus holding at anchor. There is a difference, but I don't want to approach it the way you think I might approach it. You see, things that people say sometimes is not actually true. Snap shooting is not shooting quick. Snap shooting is not coming to anchor completely. I shoot most of the time in my own archery career, whether I'm hunting or target practicing, quick decision shooting or quick shooting. As soon as I acquire anchor, I let the arrow go. But sometimes it may appear like it's snap shooting. Snap shooting is like this. If you want to snap shoot, it looks just like this. That's snap shooting. I did not acquire anchor. I didn't do anything but look at what I wanted to hit, and it's about a 5-yard 3D target from me, and I almost bullseyed it just by going instinctively, drawing back and getting to about where my anchor is at, but my hand was way out here. It's actually a short draw. It's not an actual complete draw cycle, acquire anchor and letting the arrow fly. The way I shoot is more like this, which is a quick shot. I take the time, I line up, and I acquire my anchor, then I let it go. The speed is a little slower, but it's still quick. You see the difference? One was not acquiring anchor at all. The other one was acquiring your anchor and releasing. And then you got what a lot of folks do, which is a 3-second hold or a 2-second hold. All of those shots are pretty much grouped together. Take my word for it. It's only 5 yards away. But I have the versatility to shoot snap shoot, quick shoot, and a 2-second hold. Or even longer depending on when the animal goes to the shooting lane that I want. So I've harvested animals all 3 ways. I've shot targets all 3 ways because I want that versatility in my archery career. But what I want to focus on today is the difference between quick decision shooting, like the second one I showed you, and holding for 2 seconds. Number one, on shooting holding for 2 seconds is it's best for aiming methods. If you want to use gap shooting, if you want to use a screen walk, if you want to do any sort of aiming method, even put sights on the front of your bow, any of these things, it's going to be better if you actually shoot holding for 2 or more seconds. A lot of guys that do those type of aiming methods will always typically hold a little longer than I would, versus if you are somebody like me that shoots pretty quick. As soon as you acquire anchor, you let the arrow go. It's going to be better for quick decision shooting. So if an animal's on the run or on a slow trot or flying bird or a running rabbit, whatever it might be, you're going to be able to instinctively hit what you're looking at without having to hold, by acquiring your anchor, focusing on your spot, and letting the arrow fly. So one is better for aiming methods, meaning that if you have the time to acquire what you're looking at, hold for 2 seconds or more, and then turn around and make a successful shot because whatever you're looking at is standing still or not moving much, perfect for holding for 2 seconds. But If you're somebody like me, always finding yourself in a situation where the animal is not doing what you want it to do, you're going to have to acquire a shooting method that allows you to shoot quickly. It doesn't have to be snap shooting where you just let the arrow rip, but you can come as soon as you get to full draw and you get into your anchor, you can let the arrow go to make the shot that you want to make. So you got to make the shot happen. You have to form the sight picture as you're drawing back the bow. Let me explain that real quick. So if I knock this arrow and I come into full draw, and as I'm drawing back, boom, as soon as I hit, I'm letting the arrow go. So I go like this, come up, line up, I'm drawing back, anchor, boom, let go. That's how I shoot, versus a lot of guys will do this. They'll come up, they'll line up, they'll draw back, they'll hold, and then they'll let the arrow go because they're acquiring their sight picture as they're holding. Versus me, I will acquire my sight picture as I'm drawing the arrow back. Both skills are essential for the traditional bow hunter. One is not greater than the other. It depends on the situation. Number two for holding at anchor is target panic can be a huge factor when you're holding at anchor. The longer you hold as you're in a situation where you're trying to make a shot, the more things can come into your mind. I know people might want to argue with that, but I've experienced it in my own life. Some people say some of us shoot quicker because of target panic issues, but I say I don't shoot slow because I don't want to experience anything in my mind that's going to have me second guess my shot. So when you shoot for 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 seconds, you have more things that can come into your mind to throw you off. Nerves, maybe it's not the right yardage, the animal might move, somebody might say something at a tournament, whatever it is. You might think about what you ate last night. All these things can come into your mind versus when you acquire anchor and you let the arrow go, you're thinking only about the draw cycle and you have to release as soon as you get to your anchor point. Some people use a clicker and they put it on their string to their limb, and as soon as they hear that click, they let the arrow go. What I do is as soon as I acquire anchor, I let the arrow go, and it's because number two for quick shooting is target panic has very little impact in it because I am just letting my arrow go as soon as I hit anchor, and I've taken years to develop that skill. And I've harvested animals. The last hog that I harvested was running about 5 miles an hour, just running through the woods, and all of a sudden, bam, I hit him on a dime because I was hidden behind some trees. I don't got it on camera because I wasn't filming back then, but I literally smoked him, and he was about 100 yards away, and I had a double pass through using one of my longbows. But I didn't hold, I didn't have time to hold and wait. I had to follow him and then shoot the arrow. And it had to be completely instinctual, and it had to be a quick decision shot. That's why it's so important. I had nothing else in my mind but what I was trying to hit. Number three on both of them is holding for 2 seconds is the best release for long range shooting. So if I'm shooting longer range, like there's a target behind me right there. You see that target? That's only about 15 yards away. But what I'll do a lot of times when I'm about to go ahead and shoot is I'll go like this, okay? And I'll show you. That was right below the bullseye, but you can see that I held my shot. That's what I'll do. I'll hold my shot a little longer, not at 15 yards per se, that was just a demonstration, but if I'm at 30, 40, 50 yards, like in the 3D shoot, I'm gonna hold about 2 seconds just because I don't wanna come up and just rip it. I'm gonna still line up, I'm gonna still pull back, and I'm going to let that arrow release in a way where I feel comfortable when the sight picture comes together for me, because there's so many things at that distance. So that skill really comes into play by holding for longer. When it gets out to about 25, I would say about 30, 40, and 50 yards, I hold about 1 to 2 seconds. I don't just hit anchor and then release. Then for quick shooting, number 3, it's the best release inside of 20 yards for hunting situations. Most of the animals that I harvest within 20 yards, I'm shooting quickly. I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm just making the shot on that animal as soon as it presents itself. I'm not thinking about anything else. The nerves don't even have time to hit me. As soon as I have the shot, I let the arrow go. I don't sit there and hold and think about it. I just let it go. And on camera, it appears like it's snap shooting, but if you rewind this video back to the beginning, you will see that snap shooting is not when you acquire anchor. Quick shooting is when you acquire anchor, and as soon as you do, you let the arrow go. And then holding at anchor is when you hold for about 2 seconds or longer, and now as soon as you have the sight picture come into play, you release your arrow. So there's 3 different releases that you can have in traditional archery, and depending on what your goals are is what you're going to go after. You could be a tournament shooter, you can be a bow hunter, whatever it is, you can have multiple skill sets. If I can, you can as well, okay? Number 4 for both of them is for holding for 2 seconds or longer. 4 is produces better scores in tournaments. So if I am really trying to focus on shooting in a tournament, I am going to hold for longer periods of time because I'm shooting at 50, 60, 70 yards away or whatever it might be at one target over and over and over again. So if I had a bare bow in my hand, I'm going to hold longer. I'm not gonna snap shoot, I'm not gonna quick shoot. I'm gonna hold and really acquire my anchor and probably hold about 4 to 6 seconds and really have a good follow through and focus really hard on that spot the entire tournament. Versus if you are quick shooting, it produces better accuracy on moving targets. So the reason why I can hold, okay, on a target 70 yards away and hold and hold and hold and hold and hold and hold and hold, then release, is because the target's not moving. But if a target's moving like that hog I shot last year, I gotta make a quick shot and I'm gonna have better accuracy when I just quickly shoot my bow as soon as I acquire anchor. Then you got number 5 on both is archery form is more pronounced when you hold a little longer. So you get really good back tension, okay? You get a big chest. Your bow arm, it can be straight up and down. You can really get that elbow around, okay? Really well when you squeeze off a shot. The quicker you shoot, sometimes you don't get good back tension, okay? And sometimes your archery form struggles to be maintained. But I practiced for a very long time, and as I'm pulling back my bow, I am feeling the tension in my back. And so when I hit anchor, my elbow's up, and then I can release because I have that muscle memory. But all of these things, all these ways of releasing an arrow off a traditional bow is a skill set. But sometimes in traditional archery, we become snobbish and we think our way is the best way. Your way is not the best way, and my way is not the best way. It depends on the circumstance. It depends on what your goals are and what you're trying to achieve. I can shoot a traditional bow any way you want to shoot it. So a lot of times when guys finally shoot with me, they're like, wow, I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know you can do this. Yeah, I can snap shoot, I can quick shoot, and I can hold as long as you want to hold, because all of those things help me become a better hunter. So when I go out and target practice with friends, whatever we're doing, I can do it. But I prefer to be versatile because in a hunting situation, I want to be a lethal bow hunter. And that is my goal. And then in a tournament situation, I want to be able to have the skill set necessary to have focus, have good form, good technique, and not be held back because I'm hurrying my shot. So guys, I hope this helps you. This is a big subject to actually tackle, but I wanted to share some things with you because I've had some questions on the channel. I've had comments made. I've had different people just at work and at the ranges I go to ask questions as well about different things I practice at times, my family, my friends. I mean, this is a subject for a lot of different people in traditional archery. So I wanted to address it so that you could see my viewpoint on it. And I want you to tell me what you think about this subject. It's a vast subject, and I don't think I covered all of it, but I got the conversation started. So go ahead and put some comments on the channel. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you've experiencing right now. Let me know if you have any questions. I appreciate the support. Thank you for your likes and your subscriptions. Continue to turn on your post notifications. And remember this, you don't have to get ready when you stay ready. All right, guys, we'll talk to you later.